Hi to all. So in this video, we will cover the butterfly spread. And basically the butterfly spread, we have already at this point saw what the straddle is. And we will see what the straddle is. But first, we will look at the butterfly. So the butterfly spread is a strategy that will likely give you profits, will give you profits if the stock doesn't move basically substantially. So you will get this strike prices. You will get three call options. You can build a butterfly spread with puts, but we're going to build it with call options here. And you're going to choose three call options with strike prices, right? X1, X2, and X3. What we will do to form the butterfly spread is we will form a bull spread with strikes with the call options that have strike X1 and X2. And then we will build a bear spread with the call options that have strikes X2 and X3, right? So we will have a bull spread with the lowest strike and the middle strike. So we will buy low strike and sell the high strike, strike 2. And then we will have the bear spread where we will buy the high strike, which is now strike 3, the highest one, but we will sell the middle one, which is a strike X2. So basically, uh, we will be selling twice that call option that has the strike 2. Okay, so the easiest way to build this is just focus on the two strategies separately, solve them the same way we have done it before, and then combine them. Let's do it. So we have the same steps we have been doing, get the intrinsic values, then they get the profits, and finally get the contract size or adjust for the contract size. So what is the intrinsic value of this call option 1, which has strike 1, is maximum of the stock price minus the strike, and we lock this, or 0. Then what is the intrinsic value of the call option 2 is max of the stock price minus the strike price 2, and we lock this, or 0. And after we have this, I'm going to eliminate this intermediate step. After we have this, we just scroll this down and we see we have already done this before. And now the profits of the bull spread. So we're focusing on the bull spread first. A bull spread where we're buying the call option with strike 1 and we're selling the call option with strike 2. So we buy the call option with strike 1 by paying the premium, which we have here. We lock this. And because we bought that call option with strike 1, we are entitled, or we get the intrinsic values because we can exercise it if it is in the money. Then we're selling the call option with strike 2, so we're getting that premium. We lock this. But because we sold it, then if that option, call option with strike 2 gets in the money, we lose an amount that is equivalent to the intrinsic value, so we lose this value here. So now we scroll this down and we see we're already familiar with this. We see that we're losing money if the stock goes down, we're winning money if the stock goes up. So this is a bull spread, right? Then we just adjust for contract size because we cannot buy a single option. So we need to multiply by 100 because we can only buy or sell in contracts of 100 options. So we have the first part, the first component of our portfolio, which is the bull spread, comprised between the lowest strike call, and that one we're buying, and then the middle strike call, and that one we're selling in this bull spread. So we repeat the same thing for the bear spread, and now the bear spread is going to be formed with the call option that has strike 2, and that one, and call option that has strike 3. Because this is a bear spread, right? We are buying the high strike and we are selling the low strike. So we're buying the call option with strike 3 and we are selling the call option with strike 2. So once again, we are selling the call option with strike 2. So step 1, following our steps, get the intrinsic values, right? So the intrinsic value of call option 2 is just stock price minus the strike price 2, and we lock the strike price or 0, and the intrinsic value of call option with the C3, which has strike 3, is basically the stock price minus the strike price 3, and we lock that or 0. Then we just scroll those down, and next we get the profits. So in a bear spread, right, now things are becoming confusing because we know the bull spread, bear spread, and in this strategy we're combining the two things. Our profits are the following. In a bear spread, in the bear spread we are buying the high strike call, so we pay the premium for the high strike call, and because we paid the premium for the high strike call, we are receiving the intrinsic value. In other words, we can exercise and get that payoff of the call option with this high strike, with the strike 3. Next, we're selling the low strike call, which is C2, and because we're selling C2, we are receiving the premium, right? So we write it, somebody pays us the value of the premium, but then if C2 gets in the money, then we are losing the intrinsic value basically, in essence. So now we see this, and we just scroll this down and we see that, and I forgot to lock. See, this is why it is important to lock I8 and to lock L5. No, it is important to lock L5, which is the premium, and we have to also lock I5, which is the premium. So the premiums, we need to lock them. The intrinsic values, we want them to scroll down, but the premiums, we want those references to remain fixed. So now we can scroll down, and we notice the shape, or we notice the direction, right, that we are expecting, which is we're getting profits if the stock price is low, we're getting losses if the stock price is high. Finally, we just multiply this by 100, so we can, because we cannot buy a single option of each one, but we need to buy a 100. So we need to construct 100 uh, butterfly spreads basically, right? Or now, so we have this contract, and basically at this point we have the bull spread, we have the bear spread, and then what is the butterfly? Well, the butterfly is just these two contracts. We add them together, and that's it. You could read Canvas or read your book. There could be a shorter formula, but that is basically if we subtract twice the intrinsic value from the second call option that we're selling, and therefore and we get that premium twice because we're selling it twice. But I will ignore this in this video. I think this is a more straightforward way to get the butterfly, and a way that you will uh, remember easily later on if you're in the practice quiz or in an exam. So a butterfly, it you will make money if you have the stock price in that range that you define, or basically if the stock price is not moving and it's staying within a given range, then you're gaining this payoff, right? In all other settings, you're losing money if the stock is going too low, is if it's dropping too much, or if it's dropping substantially, and you're losing money if the stock is going up substantially. So if there is an important swing, if there is an important variation in the stock price, you're likely losing the premiums, the net investments you made. However, if the stock price does not uh, move substantially, then you will have the peak profits, which we can calculate. If you see this, we can quickly identify that our peak profits would be $465 in this case. That is the butterfly spread. So thanks. I think this is helpful. Thanks for your attention.